You cannot remove mindset from anything you do. Yes, we try and encourage you to be deliberate about it, but you're doing it regardless. When it comes to where you place your attention, what's happening behind the scenes, how you interpret your environment and your perception, like your life experience, how you interpret that is happening automatically. So why wouldn't we try and get purposeful with that? Why would we leave that to something that's just elusive? Like, here, I'm going to give you the metrics, and I'm going to give you the appropriate things to eat and consume and do. But if I'm not addressing what's happening behind the scenes, I'm missing out on something really big.
In the future, just past the successful completion, not only of reaching your goals of this campaign, but blowing them out of the water. So you've exceeded your goals by a landslide. And you're back in this room here. And Bill's actually going to say a few words of congratulation to all of you as a group. And then what we're going to do is we're all going to give each other a standing ovation, okay? But what we're going to do is you're going to get a tap on the shoulder. And when you do, you're going to stop clapping. You're going to step forward into your ring, so one step forward. And you're going to imagine that clapping, that standing ovation is for you specifically, thanking you for your efforts, allowing yourself to really feel excited. Think about what you've achieved as a group, what this is going to mean for your organization, and all of the incredible change that you're now going to be able to empower that ripple effect outward. You're going to do that for maybe a couple breaths. So 10, 15 seconds, you're going to step back outside the ring, and someone else is going to get tapped. So then you're going to start clapping again when you step back, okay, and give an ovation to somebody else. Is everybody clear on this? You are allowed to cry. Yes, it's really important. I really want you to well up with that state. Really put yourself there. What would you see? What would you hear? What would you feel? What are you feeling now that you're in this spot? You have this success.
Is everyone clapping?
Amazing work, so exciting. I am Meg Foley, Director of Performance Psychology with Bright Dot. So I wrote Wisdom because I was getting a lot of questions around self-growth and my take on self-growth. And I tend to ask, in most of the things that I do, is it a process and can I do it faster? And so I thought about self-growth and really what is the end goal? How do you know when you're there? Or is it just a perpetual keep getting better? And while there is a component to, I don't know that you're ever done, I do think that the theme seems to be enhancing our wisdom as we move through our life and getting to a point of maybe evolution or optimization and how we perceive life from a place of wisdom. The more I thought about it, I really questioned, does it have to happen at the end of life? Does it require that many years? Does it require an age to really be wise? And what I would say is no, it doesn't. It's actually about the micro moments. It's not about the years. It's the way you choose to function in every given second or moment of your life. And that is a choice. And that is a process. And so wisdom really breaks down very actionable, very simple ways to start to shift your perception and your choice in any given moment to open you right now at this age, this day, to a greater sense of wisdom. And the more you do that, the more that just becomes your way of living. And so this is my gift to, or my perceptions around self-growth and self-improvement, and it's called wisdom.
When it comes to making your largest ask ever, one of the themes that you might be noticing here is that it takes confidence. And not just any confidence. What we're looking for is bold confidence. Confidence with an edge. This is what we call audacious confidence. And for some, just a normal level of confidence can be challenging to pull on, and some of these moments when you're about to do something that you've never done before, which is what we're asking when we say, your largest ask ever. It implies you've never asked for it before. And we want to give you a set of strategies and tools that allow you to really foster your level of confidence and go well beyond just the bare minimum confidence and launches you right into that confidence with an edge, that audacious.
You have a really good or have leverage in your life. I know Micro certainly is this. I've been this many times in my life. Leverage a really phenomenal willpower process. Grind it out, get it done. I know you're there too, right? Grind it out, get it done, make it happen type of process that you've leveraged this in your life and you've become a high achiever in that way. Raise your hand for me. Be proud of it until I go tisk tisk, right? So as you become more evolved and more efficient in your process, more refined in your performance process, one of the aspects we're looking at is how much energy exertion, would you all say, for your willpower process does it require? A ton, right? You have to get this surge of willpower, and that might be in the form of like competition. Did you say competition before?
I said motivation.
Motivation? Yeah, it requires something's on the line, or I have to like grind something out. It's effortful, would you agree? Highly, highly effective. When you exert that process, it's a get out of my way because it's getting done, right? When I exert that process, like I'm out on the soccer field, honestly, get the F out of my way. Like I'm gonna steamroll you, right? When I do that in my life, like I'm making this happen quite literally. Like if it kills me, right? I am going to make this happen, this will get done. Highly effective in terms of getting it done. How much energy did I exert in the process of doing it to ignite my willpower process? I talk to a lot of clients that come in that are high achievers and they don't want to let go of that process because that's how they've become high achievers. How many of you are there and have been there in your life? Until what happens on the backside of your willpower process? Exhaustion. What else happens to you all in your back of your willpower process? What?
I just say burnout.
Some burnout. At a bare minimum, like a lot of sleep over the weekend or something. Like there's this aftermath that is like a recovery. You've went everything steamrolled, everything all out, all in for however long you had to do it, and then you have to recover. How efficient is that in terms of sustainability? How many of you have been to a point have had to change your willpower process, and I think Micah and I are probably both in line with this. Your body told you it's time to change your willpower process. Meaning, you got really sick. You actually got true burnout, which isn't as easy as, I talk to my soldiers about this all the time. When you truly hit burnout, if anybody has been there, it's not as easy as, I'll just catch up on sleep and I'll be okay for, it'll just take me a week or so. No, it is, you've damaged and compromised your system to a point where it is not as simple as to just, relax and take a bubble bath and then you're good to go. So you've pushed your system beyond what is appropriate and what is effective. So what do you do when you get to that point? You crash, right? And your system tells you it's time to make a change. Okay, and how many of you who have had to change your willpower process, raise your hand if you've changed and you have a different process now. Okay, good. So you become a little bit more versatile. So this is something that I do a lot of work with and a lot of work lately on shifting over from a willpower process. Am I going to tell you to get rid of your willpower process? Absolutely no. It is, as you know, a highly effective process. However, could you add an additional process that is sustainable? That is something that you can cue into and, keep going over time, maybe have a little bit of recovery. It's just a much, much more effective way to kind of progress along what you're doing. Just the awareness of this alone, when you become to the level where you all are at and to the clients that you're going to work with, you're starting to get really refined. Like I think about if I work with a professional golfer versus a novice golfer, right? The trajectory or the range of variation in their swing is very large for the novice. Professional golfer, if he's off or she's off by like 1% or a twinge or something like that, they know immediately. Similar to your body, right? Those of you who have had to change your willpower process because your body told you, how refined did it cause you to get? You know, like instantly, like, oh, I'm a little bit off. I'm exerting too much. It's time to taper this way or do this. Raise your hand for me. Awesome. So these are some of the subtleties to where you get to go in your own process as well as with your clients. Okay? You get to start to fine tune and give people a lot more versatility in how they approach the things that they want to achieve, a lot more autonomy, a lot more control, so that you have a really masterful process at how you leverage your energy. Because without a doubt, hands down, energy is probably the biggest thing people seek in terms of like longevity and sustainability in life. Would you guys agree? Energy. I just want more energy, right? And I want to be the Energizer Bunny. I always want to have energy. And this is one of those really refined ways. So what are the smallest shifts that can make a big difference? It's the mindset. It's how you approach your process for motivation, for exertion, for recovery. These are the subtleties and the nuances that can make a really big shift for people. And if you don't ask